I mean, this time is gonna go into world history rather than just Saudi history. It's because my generation, I believe, is going to be the first generation that will take up the global big seats. Okay, what I mean by like Fortune 500 CEOs and stuff like, I believe that from my generation in Saudi Arabia, there's going to be the first generation to get to these levels, because the people before this didn't really get the chance to do that. This is from purely education and drive perspective, because I see it in the level of education of the people in my generation, and I see it also on their drive, their hunger, right? There is hunger that is for the first time seen in the masses in Saudi Arabia, right? And then this hunger and this drive, and mind you, you kind of touched bases on that, is that the majority of the country are young. We have above 65% youth, right? You're talking about people who are productive, people who are healthy, people who are capable, people who are hungry, and also the let's say the marital age, or the age of which people are getting married, has been pushed later. So you're talking about youth who are single for a lot of the cases, whom are hungry, who are full of energy, and who really wants to be on the top of the world, right? Put all of that and have a very clear, beneficial, and ambitious vision that is broken down to the smallest KPI and the smallest actionable plans.
Yeah.
I believe it is the only combination that makes sense. It's if this vision, which, I mean, I know there's a lot of skepticism in the world about, like, would it actually happen, or was it just this, or would it be that? But let me tell you something. If this vision would have to happen anywhere in the world, it would happen in Saudi Arabia, because for the first time, you're getting people who are wanting to take those skies, for the first time. And you have the numbers when it comes to the young people. You have the right education, finally. You have the right leadership. You have the right security. You have the right, we now have our government processes much better than, I don't want to call names of the countries, but much better than the best countries. So people would just take the horses, go with our guides, wearing all the safety equipments, and they would just go out in the open. Now they can decide what they want to do, whether they want to visit nearby farms, whether they want to go on the racing track, whether they want to, see where can their, horses reach. Okay. It's up to them. So everybody creates their own adventure outside, right? And we do have some kind of different sightseeing, and whether I will take you up in the high area where you see those electrical pools, and you will see all of the desert from a high point of view, Okay. Or I can go to an area where I can show you the wild gazelles. They're mostly, it's not a promise, but mostly I find them there every time I go. Okay. I kind of found out where they live. So I take people there, and I was like, you will probably see gazelles in about 2 minutes, and that's where you go. From my siblings, I'm the only one into business.
Okay.
Right? The majority of my family are into the medical field.
Okay.
Okay. I have plenty of doctors. Like it's in Eid right now after Ramadan, it's gonna look like a hospital. when I'm gathering with my siblings and even extended family, we're talking about uncles, aunts, they're all doctors. My mother definitely was the education part in the family.
Yeah.
She holds 2 PhDs, and she was the dean of a university at the end of her career.
Yeah.
And she has a knack for business, for numbers, for all these things. Now she's very careful, as she should be, but definitely is the most person that I can, discuss business with, is my mother. right?
yeah.
Because she's very, very highly educated, smart, witty, and also kinds of an anchor to me.
Okay.
If I'm a risk taker, she's kind of the anchor. She tells me all the watch outs, which I take in, into consideration,
Yeah.
but never let them slow me down, basically.